The bottom 99% of Americans are struggling, while simultaneously the 1%ers, the oligarchy class, are truly thriving.
I'm an American. I pay $1,600 for a flat that has no bedroom. That's 2/3 of my income.
Hello, my name is Joe, and I talk everything about geopolitics and macroeconomics. And today's video is a little bit of a continuation of yesterday's video about Bitcoin ripping all-time highs. Today we will dive deeper than any financial YouTuber would ever dare to dive. Today we will explore a little bit more about the social inequality between the bottom 99% and the 1%ers. Today we will dive deep into what it really means, the American dream, and is it even achievable? We will ask the question, is it even achievable today? But before we do that, make sure to smash that like button, make sure to smash that subscribe button. It helps the algorithm and it helps my channel grow, so please do that. Also, make sure to check out my blog. It is amazing, unique, and everything you ever wanted. It's truly fun. Also, yeah, that's it. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Now we will start today by watching a tiny little video, so let's just watch together, okay? Let's watch.
I'm an American. I pay $1,600 for a flat that has no bedroom. That's 2/3 of my income. I'm an American. I work 50 hours a week. I don't have health insurance. I'm an American. I couldn't afford to have a child even if I wanted to. I'm $7,000 in debt. I'm an American. My health is declining because I can't afford Whole Foods because that's too expensive for my life. I am very overqualified for my job, but no one else is hiring. I'm an American. I make my boss hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, while I can barely keep myself alive. I'm an American. I have never been out of the States. I have never been on a vacation. I'm an American. I make $20-some an hour. A livable wage here is like 30-some. Yet I don't qualify for government assistance whatsoever. On the days I don't work, I'm so tired I just sleep all day. I'm an American. My electric bill is so expensive I sit outside in the heat because I can't afford to turn the AC on in the damn house. I'm an American, and I fear I'm just an average American. I'm living the American dream.
So as we saw in today's video, is that the American dream for most people is starting to become unachievable. It's becoming very hard to achieve the stereotypical American dream. You know, the one house, nuclear family, 2 kids, ideally boy and girl, dog and cat, and 2 cars. This American dream that was portrayed to us, that was shown to us in all of the American movies growing up, is becoming harder and harder to achieve. That is because a lot of the prices are rising up. A lot of the prices of assets, like for example real estate, like for example houses, are just going up and up and up. It's becoming extremely hard to afford everyday necessities like shelter, most importantly. But also what's going up are other assets, like stock market, like cryptocurrencies, even gold, which is usually seen as a defense defense asset. All of these assets are going up, and yet simultaneously the economy is struggling. I have made many videos about the frozen job market. People are having a hard time finding new jobs after being fired, or even straight up job hopping is becoming almost impossible today because there are just no real job offers. And yet the 1%ers, the stock market is truly thriving. And so why is that? Why is that? During the lockdowns, all of the businesses shut down completely. And there was a lot of stimulus. We have printed a lot of money, and a lot of money were given to people because otherwise they wouldn't be able to afford normal day stuff. but this meant that we have entered insane inflationary period, which is a huge amounts of money where inside of the economy there was a huge influx of money, and everybody had a lot of money, everybody was spending a lot of money, and money was going everywhere. And as a matter of fact, or as a direct result, we had a huge inflation. Now we are slowly entering deflationary period. We are slowly entering deflation, which means less and less money is circulating, and less economic opportunity is being presented for us. Less and less jobs are for us. The frozen market, the job market is completely frozen. That is because companies don't have money, same way everybody else doesn't have money. That's because there is a deflationary period. And so we are slowly but surely entering a recession. This is very, very hard for everybody who participates in the economy, but yet the stocks are thriving. The stock market, cryptocurrency market, and some of the assets like we talked about gold are thriving. Why is that? Why is that? That is because obviously the banks are not stupid. They see exactly what I see, they see exactly what you see, and they feel exactly what we all feel, that the economy is slowing down and there is less money circulating. And so individual people who are trying to start a new business, like a new coffee shop, or if you just want to borrow money, they see you as potentially more riskier and riskier. So they don't want to lend to normal people. They don't want to put money into normal people, but rather they would give money to people who are much safer to lend to, who are not going to default on their obligations, are going to pay their bills. And those are the 1%ers, those are the billionaires, the oligarchy class. And so they give them money, and they potentially throughout their various different trust funds or hedge funds or different forms of investments strategies, they invest into the stock market, and this inflates the bubble that we are currently seeing forming in the stock market, cryptocurrency market, and other potential markets. And they lend this money to the billionaires through what we call shadow banks. That is because most of the rich and the richest of the rich, they try to avoid taxes as much as possible. So they store their wealth outside of the United States' jurisdiction in countries like Cayman Islands, Netherlands, or Luxembourg, you know, the traditional tax havens. And the banks, in order to lend them money, they have to set up shadow banks, which are basically daughter companies, which are part of a larger conglomerate. And they lend the money inside of those tax havens directly into the trust funds and the hedge funds that manage the money for the 1%ers, for the oligarchy class. And so the money, instead of floating into the real economy, is floating into the assets, into the more and more levered positions that these trust funds and hedge funds are taking. When money itself becomes scarce, what is funny is that people actually start to hoard it. So companies will start to hoard cash in order to save money for worse days, and this has a kind of a cascading effect. They will freeze hiring, and all of this has a cascading effect because it basically everybody tightens up, and they don't want to spend unless they are forced to. And I'm just trying to tell you that this has a cascading effect, because everybody sees the writing on the wall, and so rather than spend now, they will basically stay in cash in order to save it for rainier days. And this has a sort of a cascading effect where less money is being deployed. So it means less hiring, but also less innovation and stuff like that. It has a, generally speaking, it freezes money, and it fastens the deflationary period. It basically has a cascading effect, and the deflationary period fastens, meaning it is faster happening. That's what I was trying to say. Now listen up. Listen up. I have a huge announcement to make. One of our investigative journalists, Poppy Gloria, has been able to secure interview with Bigfoot.
Thank you for coming out here into the wilderness. And thank you for having me on your podcast.
Real life-size Bigfoot. So make sure to check out the video on my channel. It's going to be up soon. And also make sure to check out my blog. It is amazing, unique, and everything you ever wanted. Also, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. Make sure to check out the video here. Make sure to check out the video there. And everywhere. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.